What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the channel. And here we have something different from what I usually upload. We have some photos from the recently concluded Wonderfest toy festival from Shanghai. Special thanks to Spicy Psyduck for the scoops. You can give him some love on Twitter and give him a follow. And here we have some highlights from the festival, which I think it will be a head-on battle with the 112 scale figures, especially InArt versus UPF, which was formerly called LPZZ. So let's start off with 6-inch Studio. We got some photos of their upcoming Spider-Man. This isn't actually a licensed figure, but they can't use the Spider-Man name, so they use another name. Anyway, here we have a good likeness to Andrew Garfield. Well, while I'm not much of a fan of cloth goods on figures, the proportions here are pretty good, but it doesn't have the, how would you call this, the right form, because textiles and cloths tend to cover up the actual body molds. Anyway, let's move on to the next photo. Here we have the back view. Nice detail on the logo. And another view with the mask on. Here we have a Venom from the Raimi Spider-Man movies. And here we have Punisher. And I like how they got the earlobes right. Okay. Nice likeness to Andrew Garfield. It's not totally 100%, but it's pretty close. Okay, next up, we got some Blockies. Now, I've been pretty excited for this one because they will be doing the Evangelion pilots. Here we have Asuka and Rey with the cockpit, and we have Mari. I will definitely be checking these out when it's available. And they also have some upcoming Naruto figures. Not much of a fan of these, but they did a nice job on the Ninetales. And they also have Detective Conan. And they have some Batmobiles. I don't know what scale these are, but they look pretty interesting. Okay, up next, we got some stuff from Gong Studio with their Hush line. Now, as I said, I'm not much of a fan of cloth goods on figures because take a look at this Superman. Although the proportions might seem okay, But look at these. The cloth hinders the shape of the figure, the legs, and I'm always cautious that the material will wear off given time. Not much of a fan of the face sculpt on the cow, but the Bruce Wayne head looks actually nice. Here's a detail on Superman. I will show something that is related to the Hush line, but we'll take a look at it later. And we also have their version of Eva 01. Looks pretty nice. I wonder how much this cost. And they also have an upcoming Detective Conan line. Alright. Up next, we've got... Let's skip InArt for now. They will be the highlight of this video. We got something from Kaiyodo with their Rebel deck line. We got the upcoming Metal Gear Solid Delta line. We got the boss, we got Naked Snake, and we've got Revolver Ocelot. The figures and face sculpts look pretty good for a prototype because, as you know, Revoltech usually has a more stylized version for their action figures. But look at this snake. Looks pretty close to the video game. Here's another detail for the boss. And we have some upcoming Dandadan figures. Here we have Digi and Okarun with Turbo Granny. Alright, next up, we have another set of Evangelion pilot figures from Lado Toys. They still don't have a prototype for Rei, but they have a prototype picture for Asuka. I don't know, I think the Blockies has a more better face sculpt. But however, with Lado, I think they have better articulation for their female figures. I'll be definitely checking these out. Let's also skip UPF for now. And we got Mety Toys with their TMNT figures, which look so damn cool. Just look at Raph, look at the details. You can even see scales, textured scales on the body. Donatello looks sick. Nice detail with the goggles. I'm sure it will have head sculpt without the goggles. Leo, nice. And another Raph. Oh, sorry, the first one was Mikey. The last one was Raph. Okay. Up next, we got a collaboration between Yuanye and Nota Toys. We got their first look at their Lord of the Rings figures. Now, these look amazing. They're like shrunken down 1/6 figures. And the head sculpts aren't too shabby. They're also using rooted hair. These look so good. And they also have ring rates. Just look at the detail. Wow. Ooh, an urukai head. I wonder if it will come with the Aragorn figure. These look so good. Wow. Nice. And we also have a Game of Thrones figure, although it's still in the prototype stages. You got Jon Snow. Okay. And we have something from Zeomig. We got some Invincible figures, specifically Omni-Man, which they named My Alien Dad because they don't have the license. And Hell Demon, which is actually Daredevil, their own version. And we also got Invincible. You know, these Chinese manufacturers really are miles ahead from American toy makers. They put much attention to detail with the sculpt and the paint, so you'll get more value for your money. Now, for the main event, we got InArt versus UPF. These are going to be at 1/12 scale, so they'll be going head to head. First off, we got Wonder Woman, which will probably be from the BVS movie. You got Bane, you got The Dark Knight Returns Batman, we got Superman, inspired from Alex Ross. And we also have an upcoming Robert Pattinson Batman. And the highly anticipated BVS Batman. Here we have some Arkham figures, Batman and Deathstroke. And here we have a more detailed look at Ben Affleck Batman. Now, I'm not too fond of the cowl because it has too much texture. If they maybe smoothen these out a bit, it could work. And it looks like, yes, it's just a standard cape, no wires here. Now, some of us are thinking, where the heck did they hide the elbow joints? You don't see it here. So they must have used something to utilize it or hide it, because here you can see the bicep swivel here. That's the cut here. The torso is here, and there probably is one here for the hips, another here, the groin area, another one here, and maybe a butt flap at the back, another joint here for the knees. Okay, and most likely toe joints here. They're really ingenious in hiding the joints on their figures. And yes, they will also be coming out with an absolute Batman figure. And here's our first look at their Henry Cavill Superman from most likely Batman v Superman. Doomsday looks interesting too. Okay, here's their full lineup. We got some Bruce Lee figures here at the end, and more Wukong figures coming soon. And this appears to be a comic Joker. This absolute Batman looks amazing. Damn, look at the details. Now UPF will also be coming out with their own absolute Batman figure. We'll be checking that out a bit later. And here is their Anne Hathaway Catwoman. I think they tweaked the face sculpt a little, and as I've said, they will go head to head with UPF, and UPF will also have their own Catwoman figure. Here, see the textures on the cowl? I'm not much of a fan of that. Here's another close-up for the arm on Batfleck. Still can't see it. Maybe it's here? But it's positioned awkwardly. Or maybe it's under the gauntlet. Here's another detail for Henry Cavill Superman. What do you think? Does it look like Henry Cavill? I think the blue is too light. They should have gone more darker. Same with Batman. I think the gray should be a bit darker as well. Here you can visually see the cuts where they put the joints. Alright, that's it for InArt 1/12 scale figures from Wonderfest. And the new challenger is UPF, formerly LPZZ, with their lineup. Bam! Now look at that Batman. Sheesh! Now, the difference between InArt and UPF is that UPF will be having more accessories. Notably, this nice looking stand. which you can see in Justice League. And here they will also have their own version of Absolute Batman. And their own Robert Pattinson Batman. And like I said, Gong Studios has their Hush line. UPF also has their Badass Hush line, which I think bears a more closer resemblance to Jim Lee's style. And we got more Arkham Knight Batman figures here. Nice. And here's the Arkham Joker. Now just look at that. Now that is a Jim Lee style. Here's their booth. And here is their incredible looking Selina Kyle, Catwoman, and Hathaway. And the difference here, besides the stand, is, if you look closely, she will have rooted hair. They really won up in art this time. It's like, you'll be doing that? We can do it better. Here's the Red Man Who Laughs. UPF is really up to the challenge. Ah man, this Deathstroke is really good. And they'll also have a Catwoman. She looks so good. Oh man. And they'll also have a Harry Potter line. So far this looks like he'll be playing Quidditch. And they'll also have an Arkham Batmobile. And looks like they also have a prototype of another Arkham Batman. And there's a detail of the Hush Bruce Wayne head. Ah man, it was as if this action figure came out of the comic book. Alright, that's it. That is the highlights of Wonderfest. If you made it to the end of this video, make sure to like the video, share, and subscribe. And as always, never stop playing. See ya, nerds!